Who won the halftime show wars? Bad Bunny or Kid Rock and the All American halftime show? Welcome aboard. Well, I'm going to be honest. I actually saw the greatest big game. We're not allowed to say the super thing because of copyrights, but I saw the greatest halftime show in my life. It was in 1993. It was Michael Jackson, and he did more in 2 minutes of standing in the middle of the field doing absolutely nothing. And it beat to heck this Bad Bunny trash. I mean, I got to be honest, I watched both shows. I'm not into Bad Bunny's type of music at all, but I can tell what a hook is. I can tell what a good song is by the music and the rhythm and things like that. And Bad Bunny, I'm sorry, dude. Your entire show was probably one of the worst shows I've ever seen. Nothing memorable at all. I literally was watching for 13 minutes and I kept looking at the countdown going, is this thing over yet? I was so bored. Yeah, Bad Bunny had Lady Gaga on there. She sang a song. It was just like, whatever. Ricky Martin was there. Whatever. There's not a single memorable moment from his entire 13-minute show. And it was just a travesty. Meanwhile, I'm not a country guy. I don't like country music. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm starting to like it a little bit because of Jeremy. But I saw the All American halftime show, and wow, it blew me away. I don't know who that first singer was. I just don't know. But I've watched that show 3 times so far, and I'm probably going to listen to it again tomorrow. The songs had hooks. The song sounded great. The song created emotion in me, and I was like, that is a great show. And then Kid Rock came on, and he was just fantastic. The entire All-American halftime show was absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to say I'm not a big country fan, and I absolutely loved it. So, who is the big winner and who is the big loser in all of this? Well, the big loser, it's not even Bad Bunny, it's the NFL, because they really haven't had a serious competition for halftime shows since God knows when. I think it was a comedy show called In Living Color that tried it in the 90s. Nobody really remembers it. But I have a feeling that Turning Point USA is going to do another halftime show next year and the year after. And if Turning Point wants to do this or somebody else wants to do it, they're going to be able to compete. Apparently, from what I've heard, the All American halftime show, if you took all the channels that were streaming it, like Conservative Vibes was streaming it, so you've got to add in that. I mean, there were millions of people turned onto YouTube watching that show. And from what I hear, it's one of the biggest streaming events for a one-time event that YouTube has ever had. I mean, that is a win for YouTube. That is a win for the All-American halftime show. It's a win for Kid Rock and every single one of those country singers that was on the All-American halftime show. Meanwhile, you've got the NFL and you've got the Super Game, and yeah, nobody's going to really be talking about Bad Bunny tomorrow. Like, who did he really win over? Like me, I'm not into that type of music. I'm never going to listen to that. I'm never going to buy that garbage. You know, I might go out and listen to one or two of those singers that were on the All-American halftime show. In fact, tomorrow I think I'm going to look it up and get an album or two or download a song or two from those singers to see if there's anything else from them I like. The NFL is really going to lose out on this. I actually am looking forward to the All-American halftime show next year. And unless you're going to have a great, come on, such as Prince, who did a fantastic halftime show. Madonna did a pretty decent halftime show. I would have loved to have seen my favorite band of all time, Kiss, do a Super Game halftime show. They did a pre-show that was absolutely fantastic. I don't remember what year Kiss did that, but it was fantastic. They should have done a halftime show. But Bad Bunny, there's no way anyone could really consider this to be a win for anybody. And yeah, I'm sure at the end of the day, you're going to have more people have watched Bad Bunny than the All American halftime show, because you have to get up and actually seek out the All American halftime show. And, the game's on, but I mean, who really paid attention? I mean, if you're into that stuff, I guess, but we just got a bunch of people dancing around on one scene. Bad Bunny fell through the roof of something into like inside a building. Well, those that were there couldn't see it. I guess maybe it was on the Diamondtron or whatever they call the TV nowadays. But, really nothing. And at the end of the whole performance, he said something about the United States, but started listing off all the other countries in the Western Hemisphere, and like, well, come on, what does Nicaragua have to do with the Super Game? What does Argentina have to do with that? Football's not a sport that really goes down there. It's really a North American thing. You could bring in Canada, which actually has NFL teams, but who did you really bring in? So at the end of the day, the NFL loses, Bad Bunny loses, and Kid Rock and the All American halftime show did an awesome performance. TPUSA, Turning Point USA, is a winner in all of this. Now, if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know, are we right? Maybe we're wrong about Bad Bunny. Do you think Bad Bunny was great? Did you think Kid Rock sucked? And with that, we'll see you at the next stop.